Hello friend, myself Professor K.S. Banker and welcome in this Study Buddy channel. The subject is Operation Research. Today we will discuss about GTU example which was asked in November 2017 question 5C. So the example is the task A to I constitutes a project in which the precedence relationship are here in this example, the precedence relationship are given in some notation, symbolic way. A less than D, A less than E, B less than F, D less than F, C less than G, C less than H, F less than I, and G less than I. So the meaning of this notation is what? You just clear in your mind what is the meaning of this, and then if you clear which one is called predecessor and which is called your activity, then you have to start your example. So before that, please keep in your mind this statement: A less than D. So the meaning of this particular notation is activity D, this one. Activity D can only be started when activity A is completed. So here activity D can only be started when activity A is completed. So here you can also write like this: A is the predecessor of activity D. So here A is the predecessor of this activity. Okay, so first of all you have to convert all this symbolic notation into the activity and predecessor. So here I have already convert this into the predecessor. Okay, so see in this table activity, and first of all draw this type of table and mention all the activity A to I. A to I activity is there, so mention A, B, C to I. Then predecessor, write down the predecessor. Suppose A less than D means A is the predecessor of D. So here D is there, so A is the predecessor. Then activity E, A is the predecessor, so activity E, write down A as the predecessor. Activity F, B is the predecessor, so in F, B, and again D, so B and D are the predecessor of F. Again G, activity G, predecessor C, so activity G, predecessor C. Then activity H, predecessor C, so activity H, predecessor C. Here both I. Okay, so F and G both are the predecessor of I, so write down F and G both are the predecessor of I. Okay, so in this manner you have to write down the or convert this type of notation into the predecessor. Now in example you have to just find out, draw the network to represent the project and find out total float of each activity and identify the critical path also. So I'm just going to draw the now I am going to draw the network diagram according to activity and predecessor. So here activity A, B and C, there is no predecessor. So from one event this three activity will start. So from here this is the first event from which activity A, B and C can be started. So here I will draw this is activity A and the duration is 8, and then activity B, this is activity B, the duration is 10 days, then activity C, this is activity C and the duration is 8 days, then activity D, A is the predecessor, but here B and D will merge in one event, so you have to draw the activity D in this direction. So here in this event B and D will merge, so this is activity D and the duration is 10 days, so write down 10, as well as you have to write down the event number also. So this is event number 1, this is event number 2, this is event number 3 and this is event number 4. Now activity number E, again predecessor A, but this activity will draw last because it will merge into last event. So before that activity F, the predecessor B and D, so write down activity F, this is activity F, so predecessor B and D, this is activity F and the duration is 17 days, then activity G, predecessor C, so C is the predecessor and this is activity G, but F and G will merge, so we have to draw the activity G in this direction, so it will be merged into this event. So this is your activity G and the duration is 18 days. Then activity H, again it can be started from the C because the predecessor is C, and last is activity I, that is started from F and G, so this is F and G. So I will draw the last activity first. This is activity I and the duration is 9 days. Okay, now I will draw the remaining activity A, so that is the predecessor is A, so it should not be a separated, so I will join that activity into last event. So I will start over here and join into the last event. So this is my activity number E and the duration is 16 days, and the activity H, the predecessor is C, so it should not be separated, so it also finish at the last event. So this is my activity number H and the duration is 14. Now mention remaining event number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now we have to find out the total float. So for the total float we have to calculate the earliest start time and latest finish time of all the event. So in this figure I have just drawn the square boxes. So first in box earliest start time, in second box latest finish time, we will just write down. So for the first event the earliest start time is always 0. For the second, 0 plus 8 is equal to 8. For here two activity are coming, so 8 plus 10 18 and 0 plus 10 10. Okay, so this is maximum, take the maximum one. So here take the maximum. So 8 plus 10, 18. So write down 18 over here. Then 0 plus 8. So that is 8. So write down 8. Here two activity are coming. So take the maximum. 18 plus 17, 35. And here 8 plus 18. So that is 26. So write down the maximum one. 35 is the maximum. So write down 35. Here three activity are coming. 8 plus 16. That is 24. Then 35 plus 9, 44. And here 8 plus 14, 22. So maximum is 44. So write down 44. So latest finish time is also 44. Now find out the latest finish time of all the event. 44 minus 9, 35. Write down this. Now 44 minus 14. So that is 30. But here two activity are going. So two possibility are there. So 44 minus 14, 30. And 35 minus 18, 17. So take the minimum one, 17, for event number 3. Here only one activity are going. So 35 minus 17. So that is 18. Event number 2. Here two activity are going, this and this. So find out these two and take the minimum one. So 44 minus 16, so 28, and 18 minus 10, 8. So 28 and 18 minus 10, 8. So 8 is minimum. So write down 8. Then here three activity are going. So take the minimum one. 18 plus 8, 0. 18 minus 10, 8. And 17 minus 8, 9. So 0 is minimum. So write down 0. Okay. So all this earliest start time and latest finish time, you have to find it. So here your project duration is 44 days. Now you have to find out the critical path, but before that we will just calculate the total float. And to calculate the total float, we have to just prepare a table like this. We have to prepare a table like this. So in this table you can see that this is a summary table in which we will just compute it. We will just put the value of total float and free float. In example only we have to find out the total float, but for your easy understanding we will just calculate both the one, total float and free float. Now the formula of total float is latest finish time of head event minus earliest start time of tail event minus duration. So for the first activity A, 1 to 2, latest finish time 8 minus earliest start time of tail event. So 8 minus 0 minus duration 8. So 8 minus 0 minus 8, that is equal to 0. Then second number, activity number 2, that is activity number B. Here 1 to 3, in which LFJ, latest finish time of head event 18 minus earliest start time of tail event 0. So 18 minus 0 minus 10 is equal to 8. Then activity number 3 means C, 1 to 4, 17 minus 0 minus 8 is equal to 9. Activity number D, this one. So latest finish time of head 18 minus earliest start 8, 18 minus 8, 10 minus 10, so is equal to 0. Activity number E, where is E? Yes, this. So here activity number E, 44 minus 8 minus 16, 44, latest finish time of head event 44 minus earliest start time of tail 8. So 44 minus 8 minus 16, so that is 20, 20. Activity number F, this is F. 35 minus 18 is equal to 17 minus duration 17, 17 minus 17, 0. So activity F, 0. Activity is G, yes, this 35 minus 8, 27 minus 18 is equal to 9. Activity number H, 44 minus 8, 36 minus 14 is equal to 22. Then last activity I, 44 minus 35, 9 minus duration, 9 minus 9, 0. So this is 0. Okay, so in this example only we have to calculate the total float only. So you have to write calculate the free float also. Okay, but keep in your mind the critical activity, see over here, the total float 0, this one, total float 0 D, total float 0 for E, and total float 0 I activity. So this activity is called critical activity. Critical activity. This is also critical activity. This is also critical activity. This is also critical activity. As well as you can see from this diagram also, the critical activities, the both earliest start and latest finish time are same, are also the critical activity. So you can also just highlight your critical activity in this diagram. Here both value are same, both value are same. So this one, here both value are same. So this is, here both value are same. So this path, and again this. So activity A, activity D, activity F, activity I. Okay, so from from this total float you can also identify the critical path. The total float is 0, that activity is your critical path. Okay, total float and free float both are 0, so that activity is your critical path. So from this total float and free float calculation also you can identify the critical path, and also you have to find out the project duration of this particular activity. So here your critical path is what? Your critical path here, critical path for this particular example is A, D, F and I, and the duration of these activities are 8 plus 10 plus 17 plus 9 is equal to 44 days. So your project duration is, so this is your project duration. So project duration is 44 days, and your critical path is A, D, F and I. Okay, so please keep in your mind the total float is 0 for any activity, that activity will become your critical activity. Okay, thank you very much all of you. If you have any doubt, then please comment in the comment box of this video, and please don't forget to subscribe, share and like this channel. Thank you very much all of you.